Welcome to another edition of Jacqueline of All Trades, and today we are going to transplant an aloe vera plant. So without further ado, I'm going to focus the camera on our work area and we'll get started. So this is our aloe vera plant, and it's become quite overgrown for this pot. It's a tiny little pot. I would say it's probably 1.5 inches, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 little plants. So it's too many. Also, the fact that it's turning a little bit yellow despite of being very well watered tells me that it's not getting enough nutrients from the little pot. So it needs new soil. So the very first thing that we want to do is get some pots ready. And I have these pots that have pretty big holes in them. And normally, if this wasn't an aloe vera plant that generally likes dry soil, what I would do, if it's a plant that likes more of a moist soil, I would actually put pebbles like the ones I have here. I would put those on the bottom to slow down the water coming out of the dirt. But because this plant loves to be, one, left alone, and number two, it loves dry soil, I will not do that. So it's just a container for plants with very big holes. Now, I have like 4 of these, and then, but I have like 10 little plants, so I have to separate them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some other containers. And the problem is these containers don't have a hole. So for the roots, for the feet not to be wet, I'm going to put some pebbles, and that is going to act as a barrier between the water that is sitting at the bottom and the water and the roots. So that way it doesn't become all mushy. So one of the things that you want to do is, once you have prepared your pots, so in this case we're just going to start with the regular pots, what you want to do is fill them about 2/3 with potting soil. And in order to do this, I have a special plastic ladle, and I have some potting soil over here, and I'm just going to do one to show you. So basically all I'm doing is, and I see that this is going to, the dirt is going to come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pocket tissue just to act as a sieve so the dirt doesn't come out. We want the water to filter out, but not the dirt. So you see a little bit of tissue, and I'm just going to put the dirt in there. So if not, it would just be pouring out. And I'm just going to fill 2/3. And this soil is very, very dry. So I'm going to get myself some water to actually be able to moisten the soil. So I'm going to moisten the soil. Okay, so I just want to show you just a little bit so the powder doesn't go all over the place. And I don't have to aspirate it, which is not a good thing. So all I'm doing is I'm just getting some soil, and I'm going to continue doing until about 2/3, which is about right here. Alrighty, so once you have that and you have all your pots prepared, what you want to do is you want to separate the plant. And so you want to very gently unmold it, as if you're unmolding a custard or a gelatin. And you can see even in the back here that there are some roots coming through. So we want to be very gentle not to have those break. But let me see what we can do. So we have to be very gentle here. And it's probably harder than I anticipated. Let's see if we can do a little bit more. Ah, goodness. Yeah, she is stuck. She does not want to. She does not want to come out. So let's just see what we can do. And of course, being an aloe vera plant, it has some spines. So that makes it extra difficult. So let's see if I'm just pushing the back here. Oh, I think it's coming out. And there you go. Now what you see here is a mess of roots. So you have to be super careful when you start taking this out that you don't destroy them, because if not, then the whole thing, it's gonna hurt the plants. So I see whomever planted these, they actually planted them sort of wrapped around each other. And the problem with that is that this plant will have a really hard time having all of them having enough room to grow. So they need to be separated. So I guess this is one of the plants that I should have actually depotted the moment I got it from the store, and try to get it into smaller containers. You see, I don't want to rip it. Normally what you would do, I guess you would cut through this using a knife, and then you would separate them that way. But I don't want to really damage the plant. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to transplant it as it is, and then probably, well, that's not going to solve anything. So let's see what we're going to do. I guess we will have to cut them. And it's a shame because I don't really want to do that. I don't want to hurt it. But I don't see the way that there's just so little soil and it's all roots. It's very difficult to get this out. So I guess I'm going to try to do this. Let's see. And if not, I'm just going to have to cut them. And I will feel bad. Hopefully the plant will survive. Boy, they're really, really in there. So, yeah, they're stuck. Wow. Okay, here it goes. We're getting one root. Oops. And the root split. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to do something just for the video, which is I am going to cut them, and I'm going to hope for the best that not horrible damage has been done, and that way it can continue to live in a good environment. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to clean my hands real quick here. And then I am going to get a knife and cut them. So I will be right back. So take a look at those roots. Those are insanely trapped. Okay, so we are back. So two things that we have here, and I'm sorry for the going out of camera. I did not expect this, which is I'm just going to cut it this way, trying to get some plants, get it some roots. Oh goodness, I really feel bad doing this, but I don't know what other alternative is there for the plants. Because I don't think as they are, they're gonna make it. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So maybe, well, I will do, oh, I see. I see a huge root. Okay. So let's see if we can get this. This is kind of, I want to try to be gentle here. There we go. Okay, so this is 2 plants. There's a tiny little one here, and then there's a big one. And I guess we will just try to get rid of the roots that it only needs. Okay, there's 3 of them. Alrighty, I really feel bad doing this. But I see a big root, and it has the 2 little plants coming from it. So I guess we're gonna just do it this way. We're gonna leave this too. So I'm just gonna wrap them up, and I am going to get myself, put them in the dirt there. Now you want to make sure that the roots don't get dry. These are actually a pretty well watered plant, so it's okay. But if not, you want to work really fast because you don't want the roots to get dry. So I'm just going to fill some more soil. And I tell you what, if your soil is as dry as mine, it probably makes sense to actually wear a mask. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of water here to kind of start settling the soil. I'm gonna get a mask, and I will be right back. Alright, so here we are with mask, and I'm just going to then pour the soil. So I'm just, whoops. Trying to do this fast. I'm just going to, okay. And now I'm just going to water it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a container, so then when the water comes down, it doesn't make a mess. And then if I go out of town, I can actually leave put water underneath, and then that would water the plant while I'm away. So anyway, we found some surprises here today. I hope you learned something. I will do a follow-up to let you know if the plants made it through, even though we had to cut the roots to get them separated. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you the next time. Bye.